Good day, everyone. This is Sydney Lefofe of SL Podcasts. I'm very excited again today to be sharing information with you, the information that is meant to change your life and make you better. We are on another important topic today, embracing the new you. We all have desires to see the changes in our lives. We all have desires to see our lives becoming better. We talk about it every time that we need to see changes. We need to see improvements. We need to see things shifting to our favor. These are the things that we process every day. These are the things that we dream about. We have visions about these things. And every time we share our goals and our desires, especially when we begin our years, it is very important for us to realize that it can be realistic, or we can realize what we desire, the changes that we desire, we can realize them. We can move from talking about them to see them manifest in our lives. Unfortunately, a lot of people have just reduced their lives to mere talk. They talk, but they don't walk the talk. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the talk. And it is very important for us to talk about these things. These are the things that can hinder us from realizing the reality that we can experience for ourselves on earth. It is very important for us to come to that and process that. We have to make a choice whether we reduce our lives to mere talk, or we process everything, we change, and we allow our lives to change and pan out differently because we are embracing what we need to embrace. We are making shifts and changes where we need to adjust. This is very important for us, and we really need to process this thing and ponder on it until it becomes a reality. If at all our lives matter, we need to realize that life is what we make of it. We cannot just reduce our lives to talking while we are not ready or in a position where we can do what is necessary for us to realize our lives the way we want to realize them. It is very important for us to come to a position where we are resolute with our decisions to say, I want to see the different me. I want to see things change. I want to experience life that I dream about. This is what we can process. This is what we can come to. And we need to be resolute, and we need to be purposeful about that. Failure to do that, our lives are going to be reduced to a mere talk. We really cannot do that to ourselves. We deserve better, and we can do better. Life has a tendency to hand over everything to those who have purposed or who have declared and been resolute about what they want out of life. Life has a tendency to hand everything to them. And unfortunately, those who are not ready to grind it out to make sure that their lives become what they want it to become, they cannot come to a place where they see manifestation of the things they desire. We really need to be aware of this. Life hands over to us everything that we need. As long as we know what we want, then we are ready to walk the talk, not talk the talk. It is very important for us to realize that we need to let the talkers do their thing. There are people who just love talking, who just love babbling and expressing how much they want changes, but they are not in a position to do what it takes or do what is necessary to see what they are talking about be manifested. We need to be in a position where we walk the talk and not talk the talk only. If at all we wish to see manifestation of the evident changes that we desire, we should be in a position to have the audacity to make the adjustments that are necessary. We need to be able to make sacrifices. We need to be able to grind it out so that we can come to a place where we become who we can become. It is very possible, and it is very easy for us to come to that decision, because it is what we can process on a daily basis until we come to a place where we are okay and we are ready to rumble. If only we knew that it takes a decision for us to be who we really want to be, we'll be in a position to do what it takes, because this is what it is missing with a lot of people. This is the missing link. A lot of people can't decide on what they want, and they can't put in the actions that are necessary to see the changes that are mandatory for the changes or for the things that we want to manifest in our lives. We need to be aware that before God can hand over anything to us, He usually checks or searches our minds and searches our intentions. If what we talk about, we have not internalized it, and if what we talk about, we cannot marry it or we cannot follow through with the right actions, God and life can't hand us anything at the end of the day. And we are the only people who suffer at the end of the day. If life cannot hand over the things that we want to us, we are in trouble. And we are the only ones who can take ourselves out of the trouble. We can come to a place where we can receive from God and we can receive from life. Life can hand over the things that we are crying for and we are desiring. As long as our decisions and our actions are in sync, we can come to a place where we can receive the things that we desire. We need to work hard to marry the words of our mouths with our thought processes, with our decision-making processes. We need to match the two. We need to measure all these things so that they can be in sync. When we are in that position, we'll be able to influence our actions. Our actions will always follow what we have decided on. This is very important. We talk about things that we have processed, and we talk about things that we so much desire, to a point where they influence everything about us. And we come to a place where now our actions are in line with what we say. We marry what we say with our mouths with the actions that we we put up every day. It is very important for us to come to that level in life. We can be pretentious before people. We can pretend and we can act smart before people. But we can't cheat life. We can't cheat life. We can't cheat God. Life will always hand over to us the things that we deserve. If what we think about, if what we process with our minds, and what we decide on, and what we talk about at the end of the day is in sync with our actions, life will kiss us with the blessings that we desire. This is the reality that we need to live with. If we can only be talkers, if we can only be the people who talk too much about a lot of things, but are not in a position to marry our talking with our actions, unfortunately, we are going to come to a place where we are the same year in and year out. And that's why a lot of people are always complaining. And they act as if life doesn't favor them in a way. But life is open to everyone. As long as we do the right things and we have the right mindset, we processing things the right way, and we putting even actions to what we process and we decide on, we know for sure we will get there. We will get better, and we will see the changes that we desire. If we are not careful with our lives, we will end up with deprived and debased minds. We will come to a place where we can never come to anything of value because we just can't change. We can't do the things that are necessary for us to come to a place where we can receive the things that we desire. We don't need to come to a place where we get disappointed because the results that we are having are very indifferent. We don't see the changes. We don't see the improvements that we dream about and we talk about. If we are only going to reduce our lives to mere talks, those are the results. At the end of the day, we are going to be very frustrated. We will come to a place where we talk about other people's successes as if they are doing something extraordinary that we cannot do. It is very important for us to realize and appreciate life. So to say what is humanly possible, we can achieve. We can do what other people are able to do also. Because if other people are able to do certain things and achieve the results they desire, we can too. It is very possible, and these are the things that we can process and we can get the results we want. We don't need to experience all hell breaking loose on us. We don't need to run loose because we are not getting the results that we desire. But if we are not going to be in a position where we marry our talking with our actions, unfortunately, we are going to come to a place where we are going to be very disappointed, as many people are. A lot of people, whenever we talk about change, whenever we talk about possibilities, they think it is something that is far-fetched. They think it is not meant for them. But at the end of the day, life is very fair. Life is very open to everyone. As long as we can come to a place where we process the right information and we process things the right way, and we put actions where we need to put action, we know for sure we will get to the results that we desire. It is imperative for us to be resolute about what we want out of life. It is very important for us. And it is very important for us to be able to position ourselves in the right way, where we can embrace the new us, where we can embrace the new version of ourselves. It is very important for us to position ourselves in a place where I can say, this is the guy I want to become, and I am welcoming this guy to accompany me throughout life. And the moment we come to a place where we are resolute about that, we are going to see that guy that we so much desire, that girl that we so much desire, come to part and come to a place where he can be manifested or she can be manifested. We need to wave goodbye to the old paradigms. We need to wave goodbye to the old habits, the old way of thinking, the old way of doing things. If at all what we are talking about means anything to us, if change and newness of life is what we desire, we need to come to a place where we do everything to do away with the things that can hinder us from getting to a place where we can become who we need to become. And we are learning from one scripture, and it says, and no one puts new wine into old wineskins, for the wine will burst the wineskins, and the wine and the skins will both be lost. New wines call for new wineskins. This is a very intelligent statement that we can learn from. We can't desire new lives in broken characters. We can't desire new lives in bad habits. We can't desire new life in our old paradigms. Something has had to be let to go. It is very important for us to let go of certain things, for us to embrace the new. Our newly found selves will be destroyed, and we will be left frustrated when we want to see the changes, but we want our newly found selves to operate alongside our old habits and our old way of doing things. This is not possible. We need to be aware of this thing. Our new wine or our new found self can be put in our old way of doing things and our old paradigms and our own systems. We just need to process this thing and understand. As much as there is new wine, the old skins are going to burst because they can never contain the new us. That's why it is very important for us to be pliable, to be flexible, like mud or like clay in the hands of a potter. We need to allow our lives to be molded to a place or to the artifact that we desire to see coming out of our lives. This is very critical. We can't put in our new selves. We can't want to be new and experience the newness of life as long as we want to keep our old habits and our old way of doing things. This can't happen. Something will burst another, and there's going to be loss. The loss of our old selves and the loss of our new self. We really need to understand this and process this thing properly so that it can help us. We can't see the script of our lives unfold if we are not willing to embrace the new. We just can't see the script, what we have written about, what we have made resolutions about. It can't unfold as long as we don't embrace what we need to embrace, which is the new us. It is very important for us to understand that if we don't realize the newness of what we desire to see with our lives, we are going to end up crying and frustrated because the person that we desire to see manifest in our lives is not going to come to the surface. It's not going to be manifested, and we will be very frustrated because we desire change, we desire an improvement, we desire ourselves to upgrade, we desire to scale up a bit in the way we see ourselves and in the way we do things. And as long as we don't embrace the new self, the newness of everything, we are going to spoil everything. We can't become, if only we are not willing to come to a place where we can embrace change. The new us can't come to the party. We can't become what we are not ready to sacrifice for, what we are not ready to fight for, what we don't have the audacity and the oomph to fight for. We just can't become that. And this is the reality that we need to live with every day. And we can't come to a place where we get to the levels that we want if we are not going to make the right decisions, that I am done with being a talker, but I'm going to be a grinder. I'm going to be somebody who puts the talking or what I say where my actions are. This is very important, and we need to come to that level for us to see any change in our lives. Life is very serious, and we need to be serious about our approach to life. God is ready to hand our blessings over to us, and life is ready to hand our blessings over to us. Life wants to kiss us with the blessings, but are we ready? Are we in a position that we can receive anything from life? If we are not ready to walk the talk and not only talk the talk, it is just going to be mere talk, and we are going to be frustrated. And in conclusion, we need to understand that for us to come to a place where we can embrace the newness of ourselves, the newness of life, we need to be adaptable. We need to adopt a growth mindset or growth mentality. We need to understand that life is all about growth or growing up. If there is anything that is obvious in life, it is change. We so much fear change, we so much fear to make actions or to act on what we desire. We so much fear to change our lives for the better, but change is still going to happen anyway, because if there is anything which is obvious in life, it is change. Our bodies are changing every day. Our bodies are growing older. We are developing wrinkles every day, and our bodies are changing. And so is life. We need to be adaptable. We need to allow ourselves to change. We need to adopt a growth mentality or growth mindset for us to be the people that we desire to be. Facing change becomes so much easier when we think in terms of growth and learning, instead of seeing our identity as a rigid and unchangeable state. It is very important for us to understand this. We need to come to a place where we process everything. Everything to us should be, I am growing every day and I'm learning every day. And if we can have that mentality, we are definitely going to be pliable. We allow ourselves to change and grow every day. We allow ourselves to move to the direction of improvement. We learn the lessons that we need to learn, and we grow, we change, we advance with life. Whatever life teaches us, we learn from it and we advance. This is very important. And on the other hand, adopting a growth mindset can help us change the way we see life. People with growth mindset view challenges as opportunities, mistakes as valuable lessons, and their personality and character are ever-changing and evolving rather than static. People who have the growth mindset, they see challenges as opportunities. While people cry when they go through challenges, people who are ready to get better or to become better or to grow, every time they see challenges, they see an opportunity to become better. Instead of us crying as if something bad is happening, while in the actual fact, some challenges can be bad. But we can come to a place where we see them as an opportunity to change course and to improve and to become better. It is very important for us to come to that. And people with a growth mindset see mistakes as valuable lessons. Whenever we make mistakes, we should know these are the lessons that we can learn from, and we can come to become better from the mistakes we made. And we need to understand that our personality, our character, has to be ever changing. Whenever we do something and it hurts us in the process, we should be in a position to say, that hurt me and I'm changing because I don't want to be hurt again. These are the things that we need to be processing every day. And we should know that we are ever evolving. This should be our way of life. Our life shouldn't be static. We shouldn't be stagnant in our character and the way we process things. What I used to behave and how I used to process everything should be the thing of the past, so that I can welcome the new me. The new me should always be new and refreshed and always changing for the better. If we can process things that way, we are going to see our lives improve. Adopting a growth mindset can help you become a person who is ready to embrace change and life challenges. When you look at life from the perspective of growth, you will see that changes are major opportunities, not obstacles. It is very important, as long as we have come to a place where we are allowing ourselves to grow every day. What used to be scary should be an opportunity for us to know that we are going to another level. Whenever we are faced with challenges, we should know this is just a platform where we can move to another level in life. People with a growth mindset, people with a growth mentality will come to a place where they see life differently. Life becomes new when we become new. When we embrace the new us, life becomes a little bit exciting because we see things differently. When people cry, we don't have any reason to cry because we know we are on a journey where we are learning and growing. Life can be better, life can be different, as long as we process things differently and we allow ourselves to become who we need to become. We need to allow the new wine, that is the new us, to not be spoiled by our old habits, our old characters, our old way of doing things, our old paradigms. We can welcome the new us. We can welcome the newness of life if only we can be pliable and we can be flexible and we can be adaptable. We can be able to have the growth mentality. In that, life will change for the better for us. We are going to experience the new things, new experiences, new everything, new way of perceiving life, new way of seeing opportunities where other people are seeing challenges. We can do this. We can become better. We can embrace our new selves. Thank you.